Hey everyone, I'm Kiara.
And I'm Karina. Welcome back, guys, to another Draw Your OCs video. This is the 4th time that we've done this. Are you ready? If you're ready, you'll keep watching the video. So, let's go.
This first OC comes from Adventurous Braden. This is Whisker Noir, and he is a miraculous OC, which is pretty cool because in this round submissions we actually got quite a bit of miraculous fan OCs, which we thought was pretty interesting, and I thought it was a pretty interesting coincidence because I've been wanting to rewatch Miraculous, and we will. It was a sign, it was fate. So I guess you could say that this episode of Drawing Your OCs is, the Miraculous edition. Anyways, let's get right into the lore for Whisker Noir / Braden. Braden is a rather insecure and afraid boy, constantly feeling under pressure when not saving the day as a hero. He's made many mistakes in the past and has tried to fix them to make up for them. However, no matter the outcome, it wasn't enough. Braden would soon find that many people in school would take advantage of his vulnerability, whether it be through bullying or lies and manipulation. Those friends who were truly there for him, he had already pushed away, trusting his inner fears more than his friends. He regrets everything and is always pushing himself to be better even when he doesn't need to the point where he becomes exhausted a lot of the time. This kind of self-hatred has left him feeling even worse and unloved, with the most recent so-called friend, Lila. We don't like her. Taking him over the edge of an emotional breakdown. Lila had been lying. Lila the liar. Lila had been lying about being his friend and was manipulating him to do stuff for her, such as homework or spreading word of her achievements for exchange of her kindness and bonding, something that never came. It was at this point that right before becoming Whisker Noir, Braden snapped and begun shouting at Lila. After Lila left, Braden was once again left alone, self-loathing, wondering how his life turned out like this. But little did he know, someone was there, watching over him, a hero that didn't see him for his mistakes, but for who he could become. When transformed into Whisker Noir, he feels free. With his partner, Luckybug, by his side, he feels like he's worth something. He's agile and fast, making quick work of most akumatized villains. With his sharp reflexes and quick thinking, coupled with his power of destruction, he would much rather be Whisker Noir than the mousy little boy he is. Thanks to Luckybug, for the first time ever, he felt content. For the first time ever, he felt confident and worth being around. For the first time ever, he felt loved. And somehow, he cried even more. So yeah, that was the little lore tidbit for this OC. And once again, this is a miraculous fan OC for a fan show that Adventurous Braden has, which I think is really cool. And I've never personally seen much of the fan creations that people do for Miraculous Ladybug, but I really think it's a really cool, really sweet thing that people do, that Miraculous leaves room for people to be creative like that, to create their own OCs and storylines within the universe. I just think that's really cool. They did, in their email, they did link the first episode for their series, and I did watch it because I, wanted to check it out because, again, I've never really looked for fan content for Miraculous, and I really wanted to check it out, and I enjoyed it. I really liked it. It honestly kind of inspires me to want to get back into Miraculous and make my own OCs because I see so many other people do it, and I think it would just be so fun, and I don't know, I like that. I like that a lot. For my drawing of Whisker Noir, I just did a simple portrait of him being kind of chill, like just being nonchalant. Because, maybe he's more confident as Whisker Noir. And I've actually never drawn Miraculous Ladybug fan art or anything like that. So it was really fun having the chance to actually draw like the suit and everything like that. It was fun to draw. And I really liked drawing Whisker Noir's hands because of the claws. And yeah. But yeah, this was a really simple drawing that I did for Whisker Noir. I tried my best to draw him as accurately as I could, and I hope I did a decent job, and I hope you like my drawing. Thank you so much for submitting this OC, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your project and that you keep making more episodes. So let's move on to my next OC. Alright, so this second OC comes from flowerfangs on TikTok. Now, if that username sounds familiar, that's probably because it is, because this person, this is their second time getting their OC drawn, this time by the other twin. Oh my god! You know, pretty lucky if I do say so myself. Congratulations! And as a reminder, I just wanted to let you guys know that these OCs are picked randomly. This person just got their OC picked a second time by fate. It was literally fate, okay? I'm sorry. They got picked. They were just really lucky. Like, I swear, if we could draw all your OCs, we could. We looked at all your OCs for this round, and they were all so adorable. I was gushing over them because they're all so amazing. And I wish we could draw them all. Just keep resubmitting your OCs, and they will get picked eventually. Because the way we pick our OCs is completely random. We do not handpick them, because that wouldn't be fair. But yes. Anyways, this is Rose. She is another character from the same story that their last OC is from. So let's just jump right into Rose's lore. This OC is the oldest out of the group, and she is 25. She's the daughter of the boss of the government, and she's the heir to being the boss. She takes great pride in her job and wants to show her dad that she's more worthy than her brothers. There has recently been a lot of deaths in the city caused by vampires. Oh no. Her goal is to find the vampires and destroy them, no matter their intent. So, she gathers a group of 9 other people, including Liliana, the last OC, to help her find the vampires. But little does she know, the vampires are in the group. Other than that, she's a serious and no-nonsense person, but she can find herself having fun every now and then. So, yeah, that's Rose. You know, after reading about Rose and remembering their previous OC's lore, I got so caught up in the vampire hunter, you know, aspect, and, you know, like when I read that part about there being like essentially imposters, vampire imposters in the group, that's pretty juicy. That's juicy. So I'm very curious to know how they would go about figuring out about there being vampires in the group. Like, is it going to be angsty? Or is there going to be some betrayal? Is it going to be like, I don't know, like, how's that going to go? Let me know. So for my drawing of Rose, I just drew her, you know, being serious. I really wanted to play into that side of her. And I drew her crossing her arms, you know, like sort of being like tense and on edge. And you'll see in a bit that I added a silhouette or shadow of a vampire. It's not really meant to be like a moment where Rose discovers one of the vampire imposters in the group, but more so like maybe she's like suspicious and that's what she's like thinking. Like she's suspicious about there being vampires in the group, but she's not sure yet. So yeah, here's my drawing of Rose. I really hope you like it. Thank you so much for submitting this OC, and yeah, I hope I did her justice. And I would love to keep hearing about this OC's lore and about Liliana and everyone else. Please let me know how they find out about the imposters. But yeah, let's move on to the next OC. Hey guys, did you miss me? I was waiting for my turn. Anyways, this OC is another miraculous based inspired OC. I mean, this one is more in universe, given that it is set in the future of Miraculous. So I'm wondering if there's an older, Marinette and Adrian, like have they retired? Like is this character part of like a group of heroes, or are they kind of like, Marinette's role where, they're the holder of all that stuff? So this is Small Owl, also known as Jake, and he is a owl-based hero whose strong suit is in precision, which, yes, because owls, they owl. You know how owls are. So there was not a lot of information about his personality, but, I hope that, in my drawing, I made him wink a little because I wanted to draw his eyes, and I gave him owl eyes, so I hope that's okay. His eyes were closed, so I don't know if, this is that kind of character where they have that sort of thing where their eyes are closed all the time. I would be really curious to know what their role in their story is, I love learning about Miraculous OCs, so, maybe, I don't know, in the future we'll hear something more about Small Owl. So for the drawing, it's pretty straightforward. I just drew him doing a little pose. The background is kind of inspired off of, when the characters in Miraculous like finish their transformation with the sort of like impact lines in his colors. Yeah, I added some feathers because, owl equal bird equal feather. So there you go. This is the drawing of Small Owl. I hope you like it. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you think. Did I do him justice? I also think that it's pretty crazy that we had a lot of Miraculous OCs and Miraculous inspired OCs, which was very interesting. I do remember, like, I think the second time around we did the Draw Your OCs thing, that a lot of the submissions, there was a common theme of vampires, and we actually ended up drawing 2 vampire OCs in that video, so that's kind of crazy. Well, anyways, let's move on to the next OC. Alright, this is not the next OC, this is the last OC. This OC comes from Pink Honey Badger on YouTube. Hi! Thank you so much for submitting your OC. So, this OC is Abilene Vesper. She is the oldest in her family, and this story takes place in a fantasy world, filled with magic and all sorts of, magical things. But she wouldn't know anything about that because she lives in a village, and in that village is a farm that her parents own, and that village is not too keen on the outside world, and they have isolated people from knowing the actual how the things work in their world. They don't know anything about magic until one day a traveling caravan comes to the village, and Adeline is exposed to magic by this other girl. And since then, she's been, intrigued. She wants to know more about magic. She almost demands it. She needs to know more about magic. So she goes on a journey to learn more about the world, and maybe even about herself. She is actually from a long line of spellcasters that are very powerful. But she doesn't know this because this information has basically been lost to time. I mean, the last person of this powerful spellcaster family went to the village, and I guess they just stopped doing magic things. So, the generations after just never knew about that. And they just shut themselves off from the rest of the world, so nobody knows about magic. So for this drawing of Adeline, I wanted to sort of like paint a picture, which is exactly what I'm doing, of her being in the forest. Maybe she's been on a long journey and maybe things are getting desperate. It's dark, it's spooky in this forest, and in a time of need, her magic potential shines through and she realizes her potential and it lights her way. And so, you can speculate what will happen after this drawing, like, does she go on moving forward with confidence? I don't know if you could tell, but like, I really enjoy this character and their lore. I think it's really interesting, and I love fantasy stuff so much. I have my own, OC, group lore called Alias. I mean, I feel like they would fit together, but yeah. I practiced a bit, like I experimented with lighting on this one, so I think it turned out pretty good, actually. It is on the messier side, so I hope that's okay. I mean, I think it adds to it, the messiness of it. It's not like super clean, but it has a charm to it, I think. So yeah, this is my drawing of Abilene. Thank you so much for submitting her again. I had a lot of fun working on this one. I love the colors, and I made sure to make it very purple because that is her favorite color. So I hope you like it. I hope I did her justice. And that's it from me. All right, so that is all that we have for you guys today. Genuinely, thank you to everybody who submitted. We had like the most submissions that we've ever gotten in doing this series. Like, we had like 40 submissions. Like, that was the most ever. Thank you so much. And please believe me when I say that we look at every single submission, and honestly, I admire every single one of your OCs, and you're all just so talented, and it just makes me so happy that you guys submitted. I feel so grateful that you guys submitted, because without your submissions, I mean, we wouldn't even be able to make this video. Before we officially end the video, I do have a little announcement, some changes here and there, so don't click off yet. If you're thinking of clicking off, don't do it. If you do, I don't know, I can't tell you what to do, I'm not your mom. But first announcement about the OC videos. You may know or you may not know, but we originally have them basically every single month. So every single month there will be one Draw Your OC video. But in this new year, I'm pretty sure we skipped February, right? Mm-hmm. We skipped February, so there was no Draw Your OCs video in February. But I don't know, when that happened, we both felt like that was good though, because it's like, I will just say, the submissions had been like dropping, so it went from like 30 to like down to 17. Like the third round, there were only 17 submissions, which was like the lowest ever, which that's fine because we're only able to draw 2. So, but I didn't get to see as many OCs or read awesome lore. So we have been thinking of changing it to every other month. We hope that's okay. It's just going to be better for us because of the fact that we only post really twice a month. So like the OC video takes up that video that we might want to do, like, so we're going to do it every other month. Be prepared for more changes in the future. I won't say what the other changes are, but there will be bigger changes in the future. So keep an eye out on that. We will obviously, let you guys know when that will be, why it's happening, when, where, who, what, all of that, all the W's. We're still a small channel, like, we're close to 2K, hey! But thank you. Yes, the best time to make changes and to figure out our stuff is now, when we're still in the process of figuring out everything. So, extra thank you to all the people who have been here from the very beginning and have stayed. We know maybe it's like slightly frustrating, like, I'm sorry if it is, like, oh my gosh, another change, like, first you were uploading every week and now you only upload every other week. and then the OC videos every month, and now they're gonna be every other month. Okay, I don't think anyone thinks that, but in case you are that person that thinks that, there you go. I just channeled you. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. The Draw Your OCs videos will be once every other month now. Again, make sure you check our community posts or the post tab on our channel to see when we are doing that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and if you continued watching up until this point, thank you so much. We will see you in another video. Bye! Bye!